back, students. I am your geography teacher Vandana Joshi and you are watching SST June. Students, in our today's video, we are going to study few more topics about the water in the ocean, in which we will cover today two topics. Two major topics are there. That first is the temperature of ocean water and the second is the salinity of the ocean water. So our first topic is the temperature of ocean water. Under this major topic, we will study two minor topics or two subtopics. These subtopics are, first of all, we will study the factors which are affecting to the temperature of oceanic water. So, first of all, we will study the factor affecting to the temperature of ocean water. And our second topic under this main topic will be the horizontal and vertical distribution of ocean water. So our main topic is the temperature of ocean water, in which we will study the factors affecting to the temperature of oceanic water, and second will be the horizontal and the vertical distribution of ocean water temperature. So these are our today's first topic, and our today's second topic is the salinity of the ocean water. The topic salinity of ocean water, again we will study the factors which are affecting to the salinity of oceanic water, the factors affecting to the salinity and the vertical and horizontal distribution of of the oceanic water salinity. So these will be our second topics. So first we will study the temperature of the oceanic water and how it is affected by the different factors and how it is distributed vertically and horizontally. So first see what is the temperature of oceanic water. The temperature of water is not always same. It is keep changing in every area in the oceans and the atmosphere as well. So there are many factors which are affecting to the temperature of the oceanic water, which are the responsible factor for the temperature changing in the oceanic water. And these factors are the latitude, the unequal distribution of land and water, and the prevailing winds. Some more factors are like the oceanic currents, about which we are going to study in our next topic in the next video. And some minor responsible factors are the submarine ridges and the local weather conditions. Yes, the local weather conditions are also affecting to the temperature of oceanic water. So now we will see how these factors are responsible for the changing and the temperature of the oceanic water. So first of all, we will talk about the latitude. The latitude is the most responsible factor. As you know that different areas are having different latitudes. So the temperature of surface water decreases from equator towards the pole, which is also known as the horizontal distribution of the temperature. And the sun rays become more and more inclined, and thus the amount of insolation decreases poleward. As you have seen in the earlier chapters in the solar radiation, the sun rays are focusing on the equator, and then after that the sun rays are going to be decreased into the polewards. So that's why the temperature of the water, oceanic water, is different in the oceans near around the equator and the areas which are near around the polar areas. Next responsible factor is the unequal distribution of land and water. As we know, the ocean in the northern hemisphere receives more heat due to their content with larger extent of land than their counterparts in the southern hemisphere. As you can see in this globe 1 picture, the northern part is having more land area as compared to the southern part. So the unequal distribution of land is also affecting to the temperature of water. The next factor is the prevailing winds. How it is affecting? The winds which are blowing from the land towards the ocean drive surface water away from the coast, resulting into upwelling of cold bottom water from below. If you have seen the brownie movement in the process of boiling the water, the same process is also going on in the prevailing of winds. The next, which is the most important factor, that is the ocean current. As we know, there are two types of oceanic currents, that these are warm currents and the cold currents. So the areas which are nearby the equators, they are receiving the warm type of oceanic currents, and the areas which are situated into the north and the south poles, these areas are receiving the cold water currents. So due to that, the oceanic water is also going to be changed its temperature due to the different type of oceanic currents. So here we can say the warm ocean currents increases the temperature in cold areas, while cold currents decreases the temperature in the warm areas. For example, the Gulf Stream, a warm current, increases the temperature of eastern coast of North America and wet coast of Europeans. And the oceanic currents are also having a favorable condition for the fisheries. Other factors local weather condition, which is responsible for the atmospheric weather condition, and these are also affecting to the water temperature. We can also include the storms, cyclone, the salinity of water, and other things for the different type of temperature of the oceanic water. Here you have seen the factors which are affecting to the temperature of oceanic water. But the temperature of oceanic water is also distributed into the different condition. It is distributed vertically as well as the horizontally. So let's see how the water is distributed into the horizontal and vertical temperature condition. So first we will see the vertical temperature condition. If you will see in this given figure, the temperature decreases with increasing depth. If the depth is going to be increased, the temperature is going to be decrease. There is a boundary region between surface water of the ocean and the deeper layers. If you will see in this picture, there are three different layers of the water. The boundary region where there is a rapid decrease of temperature is called the thermocline of the water. So what is the thermocline in the other words? The thermocline is the second layer of ocean water, which lies below the first layer of it. It is characterized by a rapid decrease in temperature with increasing depth. The thermocline is the vertical distribution of the water. As you can see in this picture, the water temperature is going to be decreased with the increasing of depth. Means the depth is going to be deeper and deeper, and the temperature is also going to be decrease and decrease. And there are three layers which are showing the thermocline of the water in the vertical manner. Now let's see what is the horizontal distribution of the water temperature. Look at this map. This map is showing the spatial pattern of the surface temperature. The water temperature is not changing only in the depth of the water. The water temperature is also going to be changed to the surface of water. So here you can see the average temperature of the surface water of ocean is around 26.7 degree centigrade or 80 degree Fahrenheit. And it decreases from equator towards the pole. The rate of decreasing of the temperature is 0.5 degree Fahrenheit after every latitude. Means per latitude the temperature is going to be changed 0.5 degree Fahrenheit. Here we can see the variation of temperature in the northern and the southern hemisphere, and it is totally different from equator to the poles, and this condition is known as the horizontal distribution of temperature in the oceanic water. Now let's see our today's next topic, that is the salinity of the oceanic water. So students, in which we are going to see the salt and the minerals in the oceanic water, due to which the oceanic water is saline. That we know all water in the nature contain dissolved minerals and the salt. Salinity is the term used to define the total content of dissolved salt in the seawater. Here is one table I am showing to you, through which you will understand and you will study about it, that how the water salinity is going to be effect to the oceanic water. So students, if you will see in this chart, there are many minerals. The amount of these minerals is in the grams of salt per kg of water. So first of all, the most amount is of chlorine, then second is sodium, third is sulfate, then magnesium, then calcium, potassium, bicarbonate, bromine, borate, and strontium. So highest amount is of chlorine and the sodium, and the amount, if you can see in this chart, it is 18.97% and the sodium is 10.47%. The lowest amount is for the strontium, it is 0.01%. So it is showing the chart, or we can say the amount of salt and minerals in the oceanic water, due to which the oceanic water is saline. So as few factors are affecting to the temperature of oceanic water, there are many factors which are affecting to the oceanic salinity, and these factors are the evaporation and the precipitation. Second is the flow of fresh water through the rainfall and the rivers, and the winds are also affecting the salinity of water. The another factor is the oceanic currents. Yes, when the oceanic currents are mixing with the oceanic water, these are also changing the salinity of the water. And the another factor is the temperature. So now let's see how these factors are affecting to the salinity of the oceanic water. So first of all, we will talk about the evaporation and the precipitation. Where evaporation is high, the salinity will be high in hot and dry regions. If somewhere rainfall is high, the salinity will be low. For example, we can take the equatorial regions. Number 2, we can include the fresh water. If the source of fresh water is regular, like the rivers, the surface salinity will be low. Polar regions have the low salinity by the process of freezing and thawing of the ice. If we talk about the winds, wind is another factor responsible for the movement of water from one area to another, and it is also influencing the salinity of water by the movement of the water from the wind. The another I told already, the oceanic currents, which are moving laterally or vertically, means they are moving horizontally, and the vertically in different parts of the ocean, contributing also the salinity, and these are also increasing and the decreasing the salinity of any area. That we will study in our next video, how the oceanic water is responsible, or oceanic current is responsible for decreasing and increasing the salinity. Now we are talking about the temperature. If the temperature is high, so it is obvious that water will be evaporate, due to which the salinity will be high. If the temperature will be low, as the example you have seen of the polar areas where the ice is going to be freeze, in that area the water is not going to be evaporate, and the ice in the form of the precipitation snowfall is also decreasing the salinity of the water as the term in the temperature. Now we will see the vertical and horizontal salinity of the water with the help of map, through which we will become understand what is the vertical salinity and what is the horizontal salinity. In other sense, we can say, as we know that the process of water temperature, in which the vertical temperature from upside to the depth of the sea, it is going to be decreased. So always the salinity of the surface water is increased as compared to the depth water. Same like that, the salinity near around the equator area is always high as compared to the polar areas. So the horizontal salinity is high near around the equator areas and low near around the polar areas, and the vertical salinity is high near around the upside area as compared to the depth area. So let's see with the help of map what is the horizontal and the vertical salinity. So first of all, we will go through the horizontal distribution of salinity. The salinity for normal open ocean seawater ranges between 33% and 37%. In the landlocked Red Sea, it is as high as 91%, while is estuary and the Arctic is fluctuated from 0 to 35%, and in hot and dry region it is up to 70%. That means we can say the areas which are interlocked from the land boundaries and which are nearby the equators or the dry and hot climate. These areas are having the high salinity as compared to the polar regions, in which the salinity is little bit less and up to 35%. But in the dry region, it is up to 70, or we can say 91%, as well as in the linked area. Now let's see the vertical distribution of salinity. Salinity changes with depth, but its changes depend on where the water body exists on the earth. The salinity at the surface increases by the loss of water to evaporation or ice, and decreases by impact of fresh water such as from rivers. So in few areas where the flow of water is regular, means the flow of fresh water by the rivers is regular in the areas, in that area the salinity of the surface can be decreases due to the availability of fresh water. But if the evaporation is regular in that area, so the salinity in the vertical manner can be decreased. Students, here today's topic of the water ocean is complete, in which we have studied about the hydrological cycle. We have also studied about the temperature of the water and the factors are affecting to the temperature of the water, and also we have studied the horizontal and vertical distribution of the temperature of water. We have also studied about the salinity of water and the distribution of the salinity of water. In our next video, we will study about the oceanic currents. So for that, keep watching SST Zone.